Well, it's time for Media Watch. James Creedon is with us in the studio. Hello there, James.
Hi, Laura.
Now, as we established yesterday, neither of us are going to the beach anytime soon.
Absolutely
but
not.
perhaps one of us could take part in a burkini day at a swimming pool in Marseille.
There is Paris Plage, but we won't.
No.
We won't go in.
No, please.
Any sort of attire, never mind bikinis. Journée burkini, women and children, and this is the kind of criticism we're seeing of this in some of the French media.
Just tell
segregation.
Tell us what a burkini is.
Okay,
first of all,
burkini is
would you?
full Islamic sort of not. That's not correct. It's an Islamic swimming suit for women. In other words, it covers you up.
It's a modest swimming suit that covers you from the chest to the knees.
There you go. So I think using the word burkini, which rhymes with bikini, is probably a bit of a misnomer.
Doesn't cover your face.
Doesn't cover your face. So actually, that is a point. There's nothing illegal about it.
No.
But these certain swimming pools will have dress codes, and you have to, So usually burkinis aren't allowed in this particular water park. But the thing is, women who would wear burkinis wouldn't go anyway because it's a mixed swimming pool. So basically, they've put one day, they've blocked one day in September where they're going to allow women and girls and boys under the age of 10 to come, but men won't be allowed.
Can I just point out that
segregation, if you like, by the critics would say.
But because you have to. There's a bit of background to this. You have to know just how strict the French are when it comes to how you dress in their swimming pools, because you have to wear a swimming hat,
right? Even
if you don't have any hair,
right?
And you can't wear a bikini. You have to wear a proper full swimsuit, and men have to wear trunks and not shorts.
Right. So I think that has kind of
not many countries have those strict rules. So
That's right.
Just to point out why you're not allowed to wear a bikini on an average day.
Right. And also the fact that this does require shutting the park to adult males to allow for this burkini.
But you have women-only swimming days, don't you, in swimmers?
I think
not in France.
So much in France.
No, you don't in France. There was a big outrage
Not
about
so much in France, and they're very, I suppose, sensitive at the moment about integration, assimilation, etc.
Right.
In any case, it has created all sorts of reactions. Just to give you some of the reactions online, this is a right-wing politician, Valérie Boyer. This is a question of human dignity. We cannot tolerate these practices in our country. You've had even more hardline remarks by the far-right politician Robert Ménard saying it's time to explain to these populations that France is not the Arab kingdom of the 10th century. Now, left-wing politicians were saying, look, this is a controversy for nothing. They're not doing anything illegal. It's a private swimming water park. In other words, this is not something that is going to become a weekly event in a public swimming pool. And this is actually stigmatising these populations, these people.
Right, because they say only 2,000 women wear the full veil in France.
That's right.
So and there's not going to be many.
And I think by sort of...
There's a lot of demand
by saying
that
one day, it's not becoming a regular weekly practice, that one day which is being set aside to allow them to go to the swimming pool with their children is in some way threatening France's values. Right. It's probably taking it a little bit far. Some comments overseas didn't understand it either. If people want to cover up while swimming, what is the problem? Etc. So some people saying that this is all a bit of a storm in a teacup or a swimming pool.
Should we move to the other end of the modesty spectrum? Orlando Bloom.
Let's.
Been letting it all hang out.
Well, he has. He's in Italy on the beach doing a bit of the old nudism, a bit of the old naturism, and Twitter went into meltdown, according to Express, express.co.uk. He was with his lady friend Katy Perry, who didn't strip down.
She had a bikini on.
She had just a simple bikini. There she is, looking more dressed.
Oh dear, and he's right behind her.
That's right, and he must have known the photographer.
Are they together? Are they?
Apparently. In any case,
you would hope so, wouldn't you?
I think, given those photos, they probably are. I quite like this one from BBC Comedy, when you click on the Orlando Bloom trend at work. And then you have this one from the Late Late Show, seeing Orlando Bloom trending, and he seems sort of curious about that. I like this tweet, and I'm going to zoom in so we don't see anything unhelpful. Today on Twitter, in France, #burkini versus #Orlando Bloom. And that is a tweet with a bikini-clad woman and Orlando Bloom naked in the same tweet.
Women...
They were both trending one after the other.
They're both ends, you see.
Yes,
literally. Let's go to Minsk. Women are not wearing a bikini in a sushi bar there.
Right, this is really not that relevant to the news, but I just saw it on Facebook today, and it is... in any case, there is a cafe in Minsk, and they have started over the last month or so serving sushi on nude women. Can you believe that? And it has led to all sorts of controversy. Some people in Belarus saying, I can't believe this sort of stuff is happening in my country. That did happen, though, in Japan for many, many years in the samurai era. It was a sort of subculture of the to the geishas. So there you go. No burkinis in that particular cafe in Minsk. Laura.
There you go. All the bodies covered and uncovered tonight. It's a bit chilly in Belarus, isn't it,
It's
for that? I don't
cover
know.
up.
All right. Good stuff. James, thanks very much indeed. No time to ask you what you wear on the beach, but maybe next time.
A swimsuit. Swimsuit. Modest.